Mitchell-Rheindorf. I major in political science and minor in Africana studies. I'll be talking about Flora Hyman, the first African-American volleyball player to make it to the Olympics.
Flora Hyman, who goes by Flo, was born on July 31st, 1954 in Los Angeles, California. She was the second of 8 children. Flo was always the tallest girl in the room, and that made her insanely insecure. Most times, she was always a foot taller than her friends. It took her a while to understand that she was blessed with this height. Her parents always told her to be positive and to keep her head up. In the 1960s, Flo started to find her love for volleyball. She started playing 2-on-2 tournaments with her sister on the beach. Sadly, Flo could not play recreational volleyball because of her skin tone. During this era, the civil rights movement was happening. Therefore, this meant she didn't have many opportunities to play with a team. This did not Flo, and she continued to strive. When Flo was in high school, she was able to grab her coach's attention because she was standing at 6 foot 2 inches. That's a tall 15 or 16-year-old. She was blessed that her coach worked as hard as he could to get her on the team. Again, it was a very difficult era for blacks to strive. When playing varsity for her team, she was able to join a professional team, aka a club team. After graduating from Morningside High School in 1972, she was able to leverage her strength and height by developing a very strong and lethal spike. In her senior year, her final height was 6 foot 5 inches. After her senior year, she was able to play at a very small community college called El Camino. After playing a year there, she was able to transfer to the University of Houston. Flo was actually the first female to get an athletic scholarship at this university. This was just the start of awards that Flo had received. Flo spent 3 years at the University of Houston and led the Houston Cougars to 2 top 5 national finishes. She was a very coachable player and able to continue to learn how to be a better player. She stated that playing with the Cougars taught her how to be a positive player no matter what the outcome was. During this time playing for the Cougars, Flo received an award for National Player of the Year in 1976, and where she was named a Colgate All-American 3 times. She also won the Honda Sports Award. Sadly, Flo could not finish her last year of college. However, she did get an opportunity to play for the United States Volleyball Association USVBA year-round team. This was the start of Flo's professional career. While she was named All-American in 1976, 1977, and 1978, Hyman was also named Valuable Player in 1977. She mostly was chosen to join the team because of her strong positivity and leadership skills. Flo was a member of the 1980 and 1984 American Olympic teams. Unfortunately, Flo was not able to play in her first Olympics since the United States boycotted the Moscow Olympics in 1980. But in 1984, Flo won a silver medal for her team. Her participation in the World Championships in 1978 and 1982, the World Cup in 1977 and 1981, where she won Best Attacker Award, the Pan American Games in 1975, 1979, and 1983, the NORCECA Championships in 1975, 1977, 1979, 1981, and 1983, and the World University Games in 1973 and 1977 are just a few of her additional international accomplishments. In multiple international competitions, she was chosen as Most Valuable Player, All-World, and was a member of numerous All-Star teams. She was recognized as one of the best volleyball players in 1985. During her career, she was able to master a spike called the Flying Clutchman. This was her signature move. After the Olympics, Hyman moved to Japan to continue her volleyball career. She wanted to lead the U.S. Olympics because she was the oldest on the team and felt like her time to shine was over. Hyman was able to play professional volleyball in Japan on a team called Daiei. She was so popular in Japan that she started modeling and acting there. She acted as Spike, a character who wields a knife in the film Order of the Black Eagle. After playing in Japan for a while, Flo was tired and was planning on playing for a couple more seasons in Japan before returning to the United States. On January 24, 1986, Flo was playing a game for her team against Hitachi in Matsu City. This was Hyman's second season with Daiei. Her team had moved up from the 3rd tier to the top division because of her. Playing in the 3rd set, Hyman was being substituted out of the game and was standing on the sidelines. Flo fainted and was taken to the hospital immediately. Hyman was pronounced dead that evening at 9:36 p.m. She had suffered from an undiagnosed Marfan syndrome. Marfan syndrome was a genetic disorder that harms connective tissue or the fibers that support and anchor your organs and other body components. After her family found out about this genetic disease, they all went to go get tested to see if they carried this disease. Doctors discovered that Hyman's little brother had this disease. Her brother later got open heart surgery to repair the tear. Hyman's brother stated that her sister saved his life. The news of her passing spread very quickly, and all over the world people were grieving. She was buried on January 31st, 1986 in Inglewood Park Cemetery. Over 500 people attended her funeral. There was also another service held at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. Flo Hyman's legacy ended with her being inducted into the International Volleyball Hall of Fame. The magazine Sports Illustrated named her the 66th greatest women athletes in the century on November 29, 1999. To remember and honor Flo Hyman, the U.S. celebrates National Girls and Women in Sports in honor of her. The Women's Foundation in Washington, D.C. presented the Flo Hyman Memorial Award each year between 1987 and 2004 to a female athlete, regardless of nationality or sport. Flo also has a statue in the U.S. Olympic Complex in Colorado Springs. Flo also has an auditorium named after her. The auditorium is at her old high school, Morningside High School. Another amazing thing is that a foundation was put together. It was a volleyball tournament called the Flo Hyman Colgate Cup. Basically, 4 colleges came together, raised money, played tournaments, and had fun. Her death was a very sad occurrence in the volleyball community, but it amazes me how much recognition she got as a player after her death. It is very sad because when she was playing, she didn't get much recognition from the media at all. I think it shows a lot about society. She's an inspiration to me and many other volleyball players out in the U.S. Flora Jean Hyman was that amazing volleyball player that would make your jaw drop.